2 Chronicles, chapter 26. And all the people of Judah take Uzziah, and he is a son of 16 years, and cause him to reign instead of his father Amaziah. He has built Eloth, and restores it to Judah after the king's lying with his fathers. Uzziah is a son of 16 years in his reigning, and he has reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. And the name of his mother is Jecholiah of Jerusalem. And he does that which is right in the eyes of Yahweh, according to all that his father Amaziah did. And he is as one seeking God in the days of Zechariah, who has understanding in visions of God. And in the days of his seeking Yahweh, God has caused him to prosper. And he goes forth and fights with the Philistines, and breaks down the wall of Gath, and the wall of Jabneh, and the wall of Ashdod, and builds cities around Ashdod and among the Philistines. And God helps him against the Philistines, and against the Arabians, who are dwelling in Gur-Ba and the Mehunim. And the Ammonites give a present to Uzziah, and his name goes to the entering in of Egypt, for he strengthened himself greatly. And Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem, by the corner gate, and by the valley gate, and by the angle, and strengthens them. And he builds towers in the wilderness, and digs many walls, for he had much livestock, both in the low country and in the plain, farmers and vinedressers in the mountains and in Carmel, for he was a lover of the ground. And Uzziah has a force making war, going forth to the host by troops, in the number of their reckoning, by the hand of Jeiel the scribe, and Masseiah the officer, by the hand of Hananiah, one of the heads of the king. The whole number of the heads of the fathers of the mighty men of valor is 2,600, and by their hand is the force of the host, 300,000 and 7,500 warriors, with mighty power to give help to the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepares for them, for all the host, shields and spears and helmets and coats of mail and bows, even to stones of the slings. And he makes inventions in Jerusalem, a device of an inventor, to be on the towers and on the corners, to shoot with arrows and with great stones. And his name goes out to a distance, for he has been wonderfully helped until he has been strong. And at his being strong, his heart has been high to destruction, and he trespasses against his God Yahweh, and goes into the temple of Yahweh to make incense on the altar of incense. And Azariah the priest goes in after him, and with him 80 priests of Yahweh, sons of valor. And they stand up against Uzziah the king, and say to him, It is not for you, O Uzziah, to make incense to Yahweh, but for priests, sons of Aaron, who are sanctified to make incense. Go forth from the sanctuary, for you have trespassed indeed, for you will not have honor from Yahweh God. And Uzziah is angry, and in his hand is a censer to make incense, and in his being angry with the priests, the leprosy has risen in his forehead before the priests in the house of Yahweh, from beside the altar of incense. And Azariah the head priest looks toward him, and all the priests, and behold, he is leprous in his forehead. And they hurry him there, and also he himself has hurried to go out, for Yahweh has plagued him. And Uzziah the king is a leper to the day of his death, and inhabits a separate house, a leper, for he has been cut off from the house of Yahweh, and his son Jotham is over the house of the king, judging the people of the land. And the rest of the matters of Uzziah, the first and the last, Isaiah, son of Amos the prophet, has written. And Uzziah lies with his fathers, and they bury him with his fathers in the field of the burying place that the kings have. For they said, He is a leper. And his son Jotham reigns in his stead.